Hey guys! I'm sure that most of you, if not all, had an animal growing up. Now this might have been a cat, it might have been a dog, it might have been a goldfish. Whatever it was, I'm sure that for some of you, he or she might have been one of your best friends. They were the ones that you held on to when you cried. They might have been the ones you took a picture with every day or every year that school started. For some of you, I'm sure that you remember even taking them to the vet, and sometimes to the vet to get fixed. Believe it or not, getting your animals fixed is one of the most important things you can do in their lives. Today, though, I will be focusing on why it's important more for cats specifically. Throughout my speech, I will be telling you what reproduction in cats is about, why it's a problem, what the acronym TNR means, and what you can do to help. Then, once again, here's our agenda for today. So, for as long as I can remember, I have always been an advocate for animal rights. Cats have always been one of my favorite animals. And recently, in the past year, I have begun following more accounts on Instagram, such as the Kitten Lady, and just more of the cat advocates for fostering and adoption of animals. This has made me want to help cats even more. Why should you listen? This is a topic that people, such as you, have probably not thought deep into. But our country is one of the worst when it comes to animal cruelty. And adding more cats to the equation only makes it worse. Now, you might be a cat owner. Or if you aren't, I'm sure at least one of you, or you know at least one person that has a cat. Therefore, you need to listen to me. Our cats are innocent, and many depend on us for survival. Adding more to the mix is only hurting them and us. So what's the big deal about reproduction in cats? After conception, a cat's gestation period lasts for roughly 63 days. After that, they may have between 1 and 10 cats. And cats can become as pregnant as early as 4 months old. This picture right here is of a 4-month-old kitten. She does not look to be in the health to be able to carry 10 kittens. 3,200,000 cats are taken into shelters every year. And according to pet statistics, roughly 1 million of those cats will be euthanized that year. 70% of cats that are in shelters are euthanized in the U.S. And roughly of those, 30 to 40 million are community cats that are in the U.S. Why does this matter to you? This is important to you all today because we live in a world where there is an overpopulation of cats. You need to understand that you need to do the right thing and get your animals spayed or neutered. Let me give you a scenario. As said by the Kitten Lady, animals born outside, almost 75% of them die. So if you have one cat that mates with another, they make 4 kittens. 3 of those will die and only 1 will survive. So in order to lessen this problem, you need to get your cats spayed and neutered. Catch some of your community cats if possible, and maybe begin a TNR program. So once again, start off by getting your own cats fixed, both inside and outside. Then move on to your community cats. If after your community cats you feel that you want to do more, reach out to your local shelter to talk about TNR programs. But what is TNR? The acronym TNR stands for Trap, Neuter, Release, which is the humane and effective way in dealing with strays and feral cats outside. These cats are humanely taken into a vet. They are neutered, vaccinated, medicated, and they actually will end up getting an ear tip right here. That way future advocators know that they have already been fixed. TNR stops the breeding of cats and therefore stops the cycle of reproduction to help with their lives later in life. But, as said in the journal Animals, not everyone will agree that the TNR programs are good. Some will argue that there's public health risks, including allergies to the cats and just sicknesses that can be transmitted. Some will argue that the cost for TNR programs is too high. And some will argue that many of them there's not a lot happening. But this is because of misinformation. Many people believe that TNR actually is where the animals are trapped and then killed. They do not believe that they're being released back into the wild. But TNR programs were established to help the animals, and they were not designed to harm them. Now I'm going to give you a real-life story, as said by Julie Faulkner in a magazine article that was written in All Animals. So, she wrote about a woman that just moved into a new house with her family, and around the house was a bunch of stray and community cats. This one in particular, that they named Floyd, was the one that stuck out to her most. He was very battered and had a bunch of scars on him. So she caught him, she got him fixed, and therefore she turned to fixing the mama and the kitten cats that were all around. Now these cats live the high life, and they are loved and give kisses and medical care all the time. This is just one of the many TNR programs that have helped. Now I want you to follow along with me and visualize this story that I tell you that was written by Peter Marsh. I am going to read you word for word from his book. 2 weeks ago, she became the cat who had been at our shelter the longest. So I had her photographed and made her pet of the week in our local newspaper. Unfortunately, no one person called, no one cared to ask where this stray cat had come from, and no one cared that she was beautiful. No one cared that she got along with dogs and cats. No one cared that she was young, or that she had silky fur, or that she liked to clean kittens, or stretch out on the desk and play with a pen. So today, when other unwanted cats came through our door, filling our cat room beyond capacity, I lovingly took her life. That poor innocent cat's life could have been saved if spaying and neutering had been done. So today, in order to help with the overpopulation of cats, people like you and me need to help get our animals spayed or neutered. If an animal hasn't been fixed, take him to the local shelter. Or a vet that'll do it. Some places we even do it for free or really cheap. If possible, then move on to your community cats. And then then you need to inform others of the danger of overpopulation. Today we talked about the reproduction of cats, why it's a major problem, what you can do to help, and what TNR is as well. Remember, just by getting one cat fixed, you're stopping thousands from being born. I'm sure that most of you have seen a little cat running around here throughout this thing, and I'm going to tell you his name is Chester. He is my 1-year-old cat, loves his mama, and is spoiled rotten. He would not be here today if it hadn't been for helping those animals. So you need to be the change in this world, change the lives of kittens. Thank you. Have a perfect day.